That glass of orange juice you had for breakfast, you probably thought it was healthy. What if I told you it has as much sugar as a can of Coke and is actively contributing to the inflammation that makes your legs ache? Let that sink in for a moment. A can of Coke. For decades, we've been sold a bill of goods. A simple, dangerous lie: eat more fruit. But for anyone over 55, this is dangerously misleading advice. The rules of the game have changed, and your body is playing by a new set of them. We've uncovered 7 healthy fruits that are secretly robbing you of your mobility, your independence, and the strength in your legs. And the number one culprit is almost certainly in your pantry right now, disguised as a health snack. You think you know which one it is? I guarantee you'll be surprised. Number 7. Grapes. All right, let's start with the obvious one, the little globes of sugar that are so easy to pop in your mouth one after another. Grapes are where we introduce the fundamental villain we're fighting today: inflammation. But let's not be academic about it. What is inflammation really? It's a fire. Imagine a low-grade, smoldering fire inside your joints and your muscles. It never quite roars, but it never goes out. It's always there, generating pain, stiffness, and damage. Now picture a cup of grapes. Seems harmless, but it contains over 23 grams of sugar. When that sugar hits your bloodstream, it's like pouring gasoline on that smoldering fire. Sound familiar? That dull ache you can't shake? Your body panics and releases a flood of insulin to deal with the sugar emergency. When this happens day after day, your body's alarm system starts to break. Your cells become resistant to the insulin, and the sugar hangs around in your blood, fueling that fire. This isn't some abstract concept. This fire is what stiffens your knees in the morning. It's what makes climbing a flight of stairs feel like a monumental task. It slowly, relentlessly degrades the cartilage in your joints and weakens the muscle tissue around them. So when you reach for that bunch of grapes, ask yourself, am I snacking on a healthy fruit, or am I fanning the flames that are making my legs ache? We're just getting started. The next one is even more insidious because it hides behind a reputation as a health superstar. Number 6. Bananas. Quick question. Are you over 60? And do you, or anyone in your close family, have even a mild history of kidney issues? If you answered yes, then the next 60 seconds might be the most important health warning you hear all year. We're talking about a fruit that everyone, from doctors to grandmothers, recommends for muscle health. We're talking about bananas. For years we've been told, cramp in your leg, eat a banana. It's the go-to advice, and that's precisely what makes it so dangerous for an aging body. The villain here isn't just sugar, it's the potassium trap. Think of your kidneys as a high-tech filtration system for your blood. When you're young, this filter is pristine, and it effortlessly sifts out any excess potassium to keep your body in perfect balance. But what happens when that filter gets old? After decades of work, it's not as efficient. It gets a little clogged. This is a normal part of aging for millions. Now, you eat a large banana thinking you're doing your muscles a favor. You're dumping a huge load of potassium, over 450 milligrams, into a system with a compromised filter. The kidneys can't keep up. So, where does the potassium go? It builds up in your blood, creating a toxic condition called hyperkalemia. And guess what the first symptoms are? Not a stomach ache. It's profound muscle weakness, fatigue, and a dangerously erratic heartbeat. The very nutrient you thought was helping your legs is now actively poisoning your muscles and putting your heart at risk. It's a perfect example of how advice for a 25-year-old can be a disaster for a 65-year-old. You're not just eating a banana, you're gambling with a system that doesn't have the safety net it once did. Number 5. Mangoes. Ah, the mango. It's sweet, it's tropical, it tastes like a vacation. But the villain here is specific and sneaky. It's the fructose bomb. Not all sugars are created equal, and the type of sugar that makes mangoes so addictively sweet, fructose, takes a special damaging detour through your body. When you eat regular sugar, your whole body can use it for energy. But fructose is different. It can only be processed in one place, your liver. Your liver is your body's workhorse, its main chemical processing plant. When you eat a mango, you're sending a tidal wave of fructose straight to this one organ. A single mango can have over 30 grams of it. Your liver, already busy with 1,000 other tasks, is completely overwhelmed. What does an overwhelmed liver do? It panics and converts that fructose into fat, specifically triglycerides. This fat builds up in the liver, leading to a condition that is exploding in seniors, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Now, you might think, what does my liver have to do with my legs? Everything. And here's where it gets scary. A fatty, inflamed liver doesn't just stay a local problem. It pumps out inflammatory signals throughout your entire body, adding jet fuel to that smoldering fire we talked about. It contributes to insulin resistance and leaves you feeling chronically fatigued. That feeling of heavy, tired legs that have no get up and go, that can be a direct signal from your overworked, fat-clogged liver. That sweet, innocent mango isn't just a fruit. It's a direct assault on your body's most vital organ, with your leg strength as the collateral damage. Number 4, pineapple. Let's talk about your medicine cabinet for a second. That little orange bottle of low-dose aspirin, or the warfarin your doctor prescribed. You take it every day to stay alive, to prevent a heart attack or a stroke. It's one of the most important things you do for your health. Now, what if I told you there's a popular, healthy fruit that can turn that life-saving pill into a game of Russian roulette? That fruit is pineapple. This is a classic Trojan horse. People buy it for its anti-inflammatory enzyme, bromelain, thinking they're buying a natural pain reliever. But the true villain here is much more frightening for any senior: medication interference. That miracle enzyme, bromelain, has a powerful blood-thinning effect. It's not a subtle effect, it's a significant one. So what happens when you eat a big serving of fresh pineapple while you're also taking a prescribed blood thinner? You are, without a doubt, double dosing on blood thinners. You are turning your medically managed prescription into a wild gamble. This can dramatically increase your risk of a serious bleeding event from a minor fall or a simple cut. The bromelain can also ramp up your body's absorption of other drugs, potentially leading to toxic levels of medications you've been taking safely for years. Any unexpected side effect, like dizziness or fatigue from a drug interaction, can lead to a fall. And for a senior, a fall is a catastrophic event that can spell the end of independence. The sugar in pineapple is a problem, yes, but the fact that it can silently turn your life-saving medication into a potential danger is the real reason it's on this list. Number 3, oranges and other citrus fruits. We've all seen the commercials. A happy family pouring a big, beautiful glass of orange juice. It's the picture of health. It is, in reality, a lie. Here, the danger comes disguised as health itself. The healthy juice deception. Let's be brutally honest. Drinking an 8-ounce glass of orange juice is nutritionally equivalent to drinking a can of Coke. It's a liquid sugar bomb containing the sugar of 4 to 5 oranges with none of the fiber to slow it down. It mainlines sugar into your system, creating a massive inflammatory spike that your leg muscles and joints will pay for later. But the deception goes deeper, especially with grapefruit. Grapefruit is famous for its ability to block a specific enzyme in your gut called CYP3A4. This enzyme is responsible for breaking down about 50% of all prescription drugs. When you eat grapefruit or drink its juice, you effectively shut down this enzyme. What does that mean? It means your prescription dose of cholesterol medication, blood pressure medication, or anti-anxiety medication doesn't get broken down properly. The drug builds up in your bloodstream to potentially toxic levels. The side effects, dizziness, muscle pain, confusion, get amplified. You might think you're just having an off day, feeling weak and unstable on your feet. You might blame it on age, but the real culprit could be the healthy grapefruit you had for breakfast, which turned your safe standard dose of medication into an overdose. It's a chemical interaction hiding in plain sight in your fruit bowl. Number 2, cherries. Cherries have a reputation as a superfood, packed with antioxidants. People buy expensive tart cherry juice to help with soreness. But for many of us, especially men, sweet cherries harbor a nasty secret: the gout attack trigger. If you've had gout, you know it's not just a little arthritis. It's a medieval torture device. It's the feeling of having shards of broken glass ground into your joints, most often your big toe or your knee. A single attack can leave you utterly immobilized, unable to put even a sheet on your foot, let alone walk. Think about that. How much leg strength do you have when you can't even stand up? What causes this agony? High levels of uric acid in your blood. And what is one of the biggest drivers of high uric acid? Fructose, the same sugar we talked about with mangoes. Sweet cherries are loaded with it. When you eat a big bowl of beautiful sweet cherries, you are dumping a gout-triggering cocktail into your system. For someone prone to gout, this isn't a long-term risk. It's an immediate one. You could eat a bowl of cherries in the evening and wake up at 2 a.m. in such excruciating pain that you can't move. What happens to your leg strength when you're bedridden for a week? It vanishes. Muscle atrophy happens fast. That one healthy dessert can set you back months in terms of mobility and strength. It's a direct, fast-acting threat to your ability to walk. Number 1. Dried fruits. We've arrived at the number 1 spot, the food that is most deceptively marketed as a health product while being a direct enemy of your leg strength. Raisins, dates, dried apricots, prunes. The villain is concentrated deception. These aren't fruits anymore, they are candy. Nature's candy, yes, but candy nonetheless. Think about it this way. Could you sit down and eat 30 fresh, plump grapes? Maybe, but you'd feel pretty full. The water and fiber would send a signal to your brain to stop. Now, could you eat 30 raisins? Of course. You could do it in 30 seconds without even thinking. You've just mainlined the same massive sugar load, only you've stripped away the water and fiber that were meant to protect you. You've just dropped a sugar grenade into your system. This concentrated sugar hit is the ultimate fuel for inflammation and insulin resistance, but it's also a primary driver of something doctors call sarcopenia, age-related muscle decay. This isn't just about feeling weak. This process literally helps your body eat away at your own leg muscles. The chronic inflammation from these concentrated sugar bombs breaks down the very tissue you need to get out of a chair, to climb stairs, to remain independent. Every time you grab a handful of trail mix with raisins or snack on dates, you think you're making a healthy choice. What you're actually doing is feeding the very process that is dissolving your strength. It's the ultimate betrayal, a health food that accelerates your decline. So, there you have it. The lesson isn't to be afraid of fruit, it's to be smarter than the marketing. It's about recognizing that your body at 60 is operating under a different set of rules than it did at 20. By making these simple changes, you reclaim control from the food industry and the myth of healthy eating. You reclaim your strength. And speaking of control, what we've covered today is just one side of the coin. In our next video, we're exposing the 5 healthy vegetables, often recommended by doctors, that could actually be damaging your gut lining and sparking hidden inflammation. You won't want to miss it. Click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know the moment it's released. Before you leave, scroll down and drop a comment. Which of these 7 fruits shocked you the most? I personally read every comment. See you in the next one.